Hey guys, it's Weekend Voyagers here with another review for you. Today we'll actually be going over the new drone advancements with GoPro and what that means for DJI. So we're just gonna get right into it. The positives and negatives that come with owning the Karma versus owning the DJI 4, for example. So one of the positives that you're gonna have in the Karma is the ability to have smart modes.
Yeah. And that really is something that's really changed the drone community is smart modes. You have waypoints, you have active track, and active track is something that GoPro Karma is really lacking. It doesn't have that feature yet.
Yeah, and I mean, that's huge for us because that means, and by the way, this is Trevor. He's our drone pilot for Weekend Voyagers. He's the expert who always gets those crazy shots for you. But what that means is Trevor with the active track, he can go out by himself and film, right? He can be the subject of his own film. Whereas with the Karma, you're gonna need a subject to shoot. So you at least need two people. Something else with that is the active track allows Trevor to get those smooth shots.
Even if the subject isn't moving, you can highlight the subject and then fly the drone, and it keeps the camera on there really smoothly. So really a nice feature, and something that I wish the GoPro had added onto their Karma drone.
Yeah, but something they did add onto it was the collapsibleness of it.
Yeah.
The ability for the wings to break down, right?
Yeah.
Ingenious, as well as the gimbal and the legs.
Yeah, the legs are really a big advantage the Karma drone has over the DJI Phantom 4, because with this we can see that these are fixed and you can't really fold them down at all. But the Karma folds down to a very profile size and allows you to stick it in a backpack and just go.
Yeah, and that's huge for us because most of the shots that you see, we've hiked in miles and miles to get to. And weight is a huge concern. For example, tell them how heavy that is afterwards, how much the Karma weighs versus the DJI and all that.
Yeah, so according to the tech specs, 4 pounds, and the DJI Phantom 4 only weighs 3 pounds. But when you add in a case that weighs 10 pounds, you're up there. And really the GoPro Karma case is a lot more lightweight and compact compared to the case we use that's waterproof, but weight really plays a factor when you're hiking.
Yeah, I mean, to take a close to 15-pound bag, 6 miles in to get the shot that you want, I don't know. There's a lot of sacrifice and there's a lot of fussing on those hikes that we go through and whatnot. Something else you're going to get with the Karma is kind of the standard return to home feature.
Yep.
I mean, I don't see that as a big minus or plus. Something that you're also getting is the battery.
True, yeah. So with the GoPro Karma being a pound heavier than the DJI Phantom 4, you have 25 minutes of flight time, which is 3 minutes less than the Phantom 4, but that's not really a deal breaker because you're never flying down to that last second because you don't want to risk having it drop out of the sky and running out of battery. So you're really not going to run out of battery.
Yeah.
You're fine.
I don't see it as a big, I mean, those 3 minutes, I don't want to see them really playing into features. So don't let that stop you from getting the Karma if that's what you're interested in.
Yep.
Another thing is Karma's ability to just fly right out of kind of the case and get going.
True.
You just saw this last week. Neistat posted a video of him flying the drone for the first time, the Karma, without even having read the instructions, right? He just set it down and made it fly. What was your experience with learning how to fly the Phantom 4?
So I'd never flown a drone before, so this is the first drone I'd ever started with, and it really started me off well because it had a feature where you only could fly 30 meters in any direction from where you started from, which is a big advantage so it doesn't take off and fly away and crash into something. But the biggest safety feature that DJI has really innovated with is the obstacle avoidance. So as you can see on the front here, there's 2 sensors that can sense anywhere from 2 feet to 49 feet, any object. You may say it's not even possible, but as long as you're not flying in direct sunlight, we've had good luck with it, and it's really kept me from flying into a tree or something and messing it up. So
yeah, and that's one thing I wish they would have put in the Karma, even though maybe they say the technology is not completely there, but the fact for a beginner to have that assurance that, hey, I'm not going to smash this into a wall or to a tree branch would be huge. Another thing is you're getting the remote. And with that remote, you're getting the screen inside the remote, which DJI doesn't offer right now. So I think that's kind of cool, and it's going to be a live stream function right to that.
Yeah. So with the DJI remote, you have a flip-up option with the iPad or whatever tablet you choose to use, which is nice because you can fit any screen you want and really see what you want to see. Whereas the Karma only has a 5-inch screen, which can limit what you can view. So
Yeah, I guess that's kind of a setback. But a cool thing is they're going to give you a passenger app mode on the Karma to allow you to be able to see on a separate screen what's going on. Now, can you control through that screen? We don't know yet. That's something that we're going to have to find out as it comes through. Probably the biggest thing, and I think you'll have a lot to say about this, is the design of the Karma, that it has the gimbal on the front this time. What does that mean for people?
Yeah, so with the DJI Phantom 4, we a lot of times if we start flying over 15 miles an hour, a lot of times the rotors get in the way, and that can make or break a cinematic shot. And it's really frustrating, so you got to remember to always fly slow. But what GoPro has done is put the camera in the front, which really sets the rotors back and doesn't get in the way. So you can fly a lot faster and not have the rotor issue.
Yeah, so you don't destroy those shots, because we've had that frustration of you go into post-production and it's like, no, we just ruined that entire shot.
Yep.
But the cool thing about that gimbal, I would say even more, is you can remove that. So you can pull that gimbal straight off that camera, and then you can put it onto the Karma grip. Now that is huge in my opinion, because now the package and the price after you calculate everything out is kind of equal, almost by the time you get the camera, you know, and whatnot. But to be able to have that all in one small package that I can zip up and put on my back and take with me, it's huge.
It is huge. Yeah, and the DJI offers the Osmo, which is a separate camera platform, but with the Karma you get both the drone and the Osmo, or the equivalent of an Osmo. So if you're looking for a whole package with a camera and not worrying about switching and carrying 3 separate cameras, you can just have one, which is really a good advantage.
Yeah, and I think so. So after all that's said and done with the tech specs that have been released thus far, Trevor, do we get rid of the DJI 4? Do we ditch it for the Karma, or what would you recommend we do?
For now, I think I'm going to hold off, just because of the obstacle avoidance and the active track. If the Karma is able to add the active track mode, then I think I might transition to the GoPro Karma. But for now, I think I'm going to stay with what I've got.
All right, and I'm kind of in agreement with Trevor. You know, I think these two brands will push each other, and we're going to get some crazy awesome drones here in the future. But until now, I think we stick with the DJI and we just suffer out the the inconveniences of it to get the shots that we want. If you actually want to see this drone in action and some of the shots that you are able to get with the drone, go ahead and check out some of our other videos that we have down in the links below. Thanks, guys.